Within.
Welcome to Buy Not Equip, episode 325 on the 11th of June 2024. I'm Wem, and with me, as always, is Tempest. Hey, Temp.
Hey, babe.
How you going?
I'm good.
Wait. Let's take it into real life.
Did you answer the question of life? What are we doing here?
How are you going?
I'm really good. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you going to tell us about your week?
I've seen you've got a lot, so I haven't really. I'm just going to chip in on yours, but I did have a great weekend at home. Long weekends. We had a long weekend. It was the King's birthday, which is hard to say because we've had a queen for all but a couple of years. So 50 odd years of a queen.
A year and a half, I think.
Yeah. So it's hard getting used to King's birthday.
Yes.
But long weekends either way are always relaxing, especially on Sunday night when you don't have to go in the next day. Huzzah!
Huzzah.
What about you?
Let me get the page up. I was just putting a Facebook
dear.
post up to say that we're recording.
It's all about the socials.
About the socials, yes. So I've had a very busy weekend. We had a long weekend, as you mentioned, and we managed to stream with Princess, which was fun. And little Baba Theo was very excited to see Mum on the screen and not just Nanny and Pa. So the weekly, hello Baba, hello Baba.
Hey, Baba.
Give Nanny kisses. We cleaned up our front garden. We pruned some tree branches and grass plants off the path and cleaned up about half of the autumn leaves from our driveway. Yeah, so, and then we did a bit of vacuuming and mopping as well. So I'm a little bit sore today. It is boring, but it had to be done.
Had to be done.
We did do great work, so I always feel a sense of...
It's nice to go now, let's play some WoW too when you've done a lot of work and you actually
like,
feel like you've earned it.
You've earned it. It's the reward. And then today I did a relief shift at my old kinder, and it was lovely to work with my colleague from 4 years ago. So it was very nice to do that. Although, had I realised it was the day after the long weekend, I probably would have said no and had a 4-dayer. So anyway, the extra cash will be nice. Today was freezing. I don't want to hear it. Snowy, I don't want to hear it. So it was a long,
it's coming.
Mostly inside day, as not only was it super frosty and cold and with a really nasty southerly wind, but it was also very windy and with huge gum trees all around. It can get a bit dangerous.
And rainy this morning when I left at 4 o'clock.
It was raining in the morning. It was raining in the afternoon. It was terrible.
Indeed. All right, let's see if there's anything we need to discuss.
So much.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Well, I've got a question, and it's a big question to discuss. And my question is, what is the result of the remix experiment? Experience?
Whatever. I think it's been a huge success.
Massive.
To start with. It's so busy whenever we're playing. Your queues for anything are about a minute.
Yeah.
What it means moving forward, I really don't know, but I'm really looking forward to finding out because the devs have done an amazing job.
I think they've taken a massive swing, and even the stuff that hasn't worked has been a bit balked, not the way they thought it was going to be. They've fixed it up pretty quick, but it's been so fun that
they've definitely hit a home run.
I've happily overlooked any problems with it.
Yeah.
Like some of the scaling's a bit dodgy, and some of the quests don't quite work out but it really doesn't matter because it's just a fun romp.
My thing with the scaling is I don't think you're meant to be playing it past 70, really.
I don't think you're meant to be playing it seriously either.
No. So,
a lot of people are going end game, but I think it's just a whack-a-mole, bouncy castle,
it's fun.
Just running through the streets.
Yeah, it's fun.
Tearing it up. Yeah. When do you think we see it again?
I really don't know.
When do we see it again? Here's my questions. When do we see it again? What form does it come back in? Is it just an end of an expansion thing?
I have loved it as an end of expansion thing. I don't think that'll be the only time we see it, but I would be happy if it was just something to, however many days.
And
What
maybe
was it,
they do a
90
different
days?
one each time.
90
so,
days with a different one to
Yeah.
level up a new tune or a few tunes. It's been really good fun.
It's been interesting this time because I think it's filled a gap that wasn't there, but it's still been fun anyway.
Yeah.
Normally there is a big gap here. There is a big lull.
I also think it would be amazing to level like that.
But it came at the same time as Awakened. And Awakened, we didn't really even get much into Awakened before it was here. And so I'm not sick of Awakened yet. I feel like there's still stuff to do.
Yeah.
Season 4's only just kicked off.
Yes.
I think they're learning a lot of stuff about ends of expansions and
The
how
thing
to
I feel
approach them.
like, and not just, this isn't just about remix, but I feel like there's a lot going on right now to have the expansion in 72 days or something. So I feel like I'm not done with everything that's going on. I feel like it's a very short season for season 4.
And I mean, in season 4 was like, especially for Mythic Plus, it's the one that brought it all back home. It's all the Dragonflight dungeons.
Yeah.
There's no old ones that have been brought in.
Yeah, so I'm finding it really...
I was interested in it as it was.
Yes. It's, yes. I'm finding it really interesting. I'm finding the timing really interesting.
Is it just a mop thing, or do we do Warlords next time?
I hope
Legion,
if they do bring
BFA?
it back, I hope that it is something different for us to explore.
would be good to do
I'd love
Warlords.
to do Lich King.
Yeah, would they go backwards though? I don't think they would. I think they've grabbed the modern way because you've got...
all of the things they need.
Although there's no world quests, so... I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway.
Does it become the new way we level alts? I wouldn't be sad about that.
I wouldn't be either. As someone who struggles to level alts over and over again, I am totally on board with that. We've had so much fun doing it, but I wonder if it's there all of the time, whether you'll get the intensity of people doing it. So I think probably not. And I think...
And if they're trying to get new people to come in and try the game, maybe this isn't the way you want to do that.
I don't know. I think
Because it's a
if
misrepresentation
you knew,
of what WoW is like.
It might be good to get them up to prior to the next expansion.
But with all the overpowered stuff and the fast pace, because then are they going to be expecting that?
Well, no, it's just a way to get you up to the start of the expansion. All of that would become null and void once you left wherever it was.
But then, like, you're teaching people this is what WoW is, so they're used to gems and smashing things out and being massively overpowered, and then they get to the real game, and it's a bit of a grind and it's a bit hard, and maybe that's not what they want now.
Maybe. Who knows?
Can it work without the numbers that we've had this time? Like, is it okay if we couldn't do dungeons like that and an LFR like that? Would it be an okay thing to just level up through lonely quests, but with all the power-ups and the crazy powers?
I mean, we did it and enjoyed it. That we didn't do any.
No,
LFRs.
our first run through, we didn't really do dungeons.
I think it can work like that, but I think...
But there's two of us.
Yes, I think having the people around does make a difference. And so I wonder about doing that simultaneously with, like, the new expansion or...
All right, well, let us know in comments or in other socials what you think it's been like. Shall we move it into the news?
So much.
So we've got a launch video for War Within with the launch dates.
It was just sneakily
Came out
released
of
on
nowhere
Sunday morning.
on a lazy Sunday, yeah.
This was quite the surprise.
Look, if I'm honest, it's a greatest hits video for the first part, which is a little bit derivative of the Bond on Equip video.
Very much so. In fact, there's quite a few scenes that are directly from it.
But good on you for having a go. Now, this part is speculative. I'm doing it in order. I'm going to tell you the stuff in the order that it's meant to happen. So it feels like the pre-patch will go about a month, 3 or 4 weeks before launch. And that would start either last week of July or first week of August. The popular thinking is it's going to be called Radiant Echoes. The currency we'll be collecting, I don't know what to buy, but is residual memories.
Gear to upgrade.
The main goal is to defeat radiant memories popping up over Azeroth.
Fair. Yep.
There's going to be 3 main villains or bosses. Remembered Onyxia, Remembered Lich King, and Remembered Firelord Ragnaros.
Not the Lich King.
Scared?
I am. He's frightening.
So that's the speculative part that seems to be the popular thing.
Yes.
Mop Remix is going to end on August 19th, only a week before the War Within's launch date, so there's going to be a little bit of crossover there. Early access, if you bought that, will begin on the 22nd at 3 p.m. Pacific time.
So it's 3 days between the end of Remix and the start of the launch for people with early access.
And presumably we'll already be doing the pre-launch stuff.
Yeah, that's insane to have all of that going at the same time.
So early access on the 22nd, 3 p.m, 23rd, 8 a.m. for Oceanic server time. And you people that are not on the eastern seaboard will know what that means for you. And the launch, the proper launch, will be the 26th of August at 3 p.m, which is the 27th at 8 a.m. again for Oceanic server time.
There is literally not enough time. I needed an extra 3 to 4 weeks. I needed Remix to finish, then the pre-launch, and then the launch. That's what I needed.
I think maybe the good thing will end up being, just as you're starting to get a bit jaded, pun not intended, of Remix, it's going to be, you're going to have other stuff to do before that's over.
God.
So then instead of being like Season 4 and Remix, it's going to be pre-launch and Remix, or then it'll be Remix and pre-launch.
It's going to be too much.
And then the game.
It's going to be too much. Well, now we have to figure out an end date for our rating. So much pressure. Anyway.
Well, I think once we've all got our mounts, it's really party time.
Yeah, that's true. I guess.
You know, if you could find the time to like and subscribe on YouTube, that would really help us out. Give us a provisional thumbs up right now while I'm reading this. Don't just listen to me. Do it.
Do it.
Actually do it. Do it.
Do it now.
And I'll remind you later to remove it if we haven't delivered quality. I feel like we're there already.
Yeah, how
I feel
could
like
they
the
not?
quality's already arrived.
There's so much. There's so much content this
But
week.
there's a little more juice in the lemon that I'm going to squeeze out. What about the socials?
You can follow us on YouTube, which you should know if you found us here, at Bind on Equip Wow. Twitter at Bind on Equip Wow. Instagram at Bind on Equip Wow, which is very quiet. But I am on Threads posting all the time. I think it's Tempest Tracy Webb.
Like me on Insta.
Wim just likes to scroll for new recipes. And Facebook at Bind on Equip. Have we got any comments?
We've got tons. We've got so
Tons.
much from Snowy, who is like the dream contributor, that I'm calling it the Snowy Report.
The Snowy, I love that. Snowy's got his own thing. I expect next week we'll have a proper Snowy report. That would be good.
Right. So Snowy says, I see you trying to bring logic to the whole toughen up discussion regarding your cold-blooded nature, Tim.
I don't have a cold-blooded nature.
It was
How
a
very
nice
dare you?
16 degrees there today. Lovely snow.
Frosty.
Wearing shorts while my team and I volunteered doing a beach clean at a local beach.
Insane.
There would have been
16.
I'm guessing there would have been
16
G-bangers galore.
16
on the
is
beach.
literally 2 degrees higher than my two pants
in
required.
a toasty 16 degree situation.
At 14, it's a 2 pants situation.
16, I am maybe a sleeveless jumper. Maybe.
No
a
way.
vest. Bit of a vest at work for 16. Yes, yeah.
A bit of a jumper.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, he then goes on to say, still one of his favourite memories of Melbourne in 2016 was us melting in shorts and T-shirts while you were looking for more layers to put on and Kai was wearing a jacket as he was cold.
That's right, I remember that. That's so funny. I'm always looking for an extra layer. Always.
He said he hopes that you're not
Particularly
playing a
socks.
healer in Remix because how will you heal without a skinning knife?
Hold on to your hat, folks.
I played a healer in Remix and there was no skinning, obviously. But I barely let you die.
You didn't play a healer in our raid?
No, disc. In Remix.
Oh, in Remix, yes. No,
He
no,
says
yeah.
Remix.
Oh, yeah, right. I'm not I actually am playing a healer, and I did I let Princess die. I didn't mean it.
But you always slag me off for being a terrible healer. You barely died while I was disc.
Barely. I like how you've changed it from you didn't die to you barely died.
No, you did die once or twice, but not much.
No. You did it. You did a fine job. You've
So rude.
gotten much better at it.
Finally got a dual craft to recraft his neck, he says, on his hunter. So he's now got him up to 509 eye level. Very nice.
Nice. You're just pipping both of us.
We're on 508, aren't we?
You're on 508. I'm on 507 because boots. That's all I've got to say.
But I'm not paying my way to victory like you, Snow. I'd completely forgotten about the Zandalari trolls being the bad guys. Yeah.
Oh, you should hear him.
It does seem a
every
bit
time.
jarring to be fighting them as a horde character. I can't, in good conscience, take my main in there because it's offensive.
He's very miffed about it.
Blackie, who used to raid with us, has hit us up and pointed out that some speech problems can be caused by dental issues, going back to your speechy tales last week. He said he doesn't play retail anymore, but is really enjoying us being back.
So it's made me wonder whether Blackie, who had the most holidays of anyone I've ever known, is a dentist.
It's Blackie. Get back to us.
Which
have we
makes
busted you,
sense
sir?
because
and you are a skier. He's a massive skier.
Yeah. Makes sense because, well, clearly he had a shit ton of money to go on his skiing holidays all the time.
Especially in New South Wales.
But I do appreciate your message, Blackie. Unfortunately, dentists, as you are well aware, I'm sure, are not something that families can easily access cheaply. They're hideously expensive in Australia and not covered by our Medicare system. And I've never seen a child of 3 years old or 4 years old with braces, so I don't even know if that's a thing. But so our first avenue
Perhaps
is
you
always
could tell us.
Speech.
Dr. Blackie.
Is it doctor if they're a dentist?
Yes.
Do they qualify as a...
I think so.
Do they?
Have to do a doctorate?
Do they?
I believe so. Let us know, Blackie. Grim commented to us that the three of us together, you, me and Princess, is simply awesome, so we'll have to do a bit more of that.
Yes.
Please forgive me for pausing my viewing to listen to our football team, Carlton, smash the Bombers.
Thanks, Grim. We love actually getting your messages as we're watching.
He always messages when he's about to watch.
So commiserations or go Blues or that was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I think it might be time to take it in game.
Alrighty.
Our raid team, Tempe, Crazy Train.
Yeah, we did some heroic Vault of the Incarnates last night. We cleared normal on Thursday, so this was just
Half of Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we're doing short ones for the Awakens. We do an hour and a half. I think we did 4 bosses last night before having some trouble on the Ascended Dathia. She's the wind boss, that blows you up onto the platforms, to kill things, blah, blah, blah.
Dathia Ascended, I think it is.
Whatever. Everyone will be super surprised to know that almost nothing dropped for cloth wearers and certainly no freaking boots.
A lot of mail last night.
Oh, there's always a lot of mail. It's almost like Chris Metzen played a hunter.
Don't know.
I think he did.
I think he was a paladin.
I don't think so.
Anyway, I have presided over our biannual What Are You Playing Next expansion project.
Yes, which is always, it can be.
Oh, the spreadsheets.
Can be a nightmare
threats.
because there's, healers and tanks
I
to
want to
fill.
do this.
And I like a very varied raid. I don't like to have too many of the same class in there.
Yep, well, that's what I was going to say. We try to keep as broad a representation of classes as we can.
Because I think each class brings something unique to the raid.
Little flowers. Tanks and healing role fillers get priority of choosing.
Yes.
People who want to stay the same as they were also get the right to do that where possible.
Yes.
Which is pretty much always. I ask for everyone to give me 2 choices at least that they're prepared to do, if possible, so I can mix and match.
And most people were even able to read that instruction and follow it.
Yes. We try and have a backup tank and healer. We try to have not more than 3 melee.
Yes, because melee people tend to die.
And it gets a bit crowded in there.
Shit.
And usually there's a bit of horse trading and give and take that goes on and some sacrifice. But this time it was actually very quick and there was minimal fuss and virtually no drama. And we're ready to go when the X-Pack drops.
Which was handy, given that you did that last week and we got the release on the weekend.
Yeah, that was weird. I must have known.
It was actually late for you. You normally do it like quite a long way early, I think. But
we're getting better at it, so it only took about 4 days this time.
Yeah, it was really easy. So, yes. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to play.
Well, you know what role you're filling. You're going to heal.
Yes, I'm going to be healing, but I'm going to
got
wait
it down
to
to
see.
2.
Yes, I'm going to wait to see which is performing better out of the Druid and the Healer from
Druid
early.
and Priest.
Oh, sorry, what did I say? Druid and Healer. Druid and Priest. And then I'll be playing the DPS role in our Mythics with Kyle Hill.
I'm handing off my beloved Boomkin. I'm going to play a Demon Hunter and I'm going to tank.
Yes, he is.
So let's see how that goes.
Yeah. But yes, so that'll be interesting, and I'll have to actually do some research or get Wem to do some research because he's good at that and find out on the PTR what's
I absolutely will. It's going to be Druid.
Don't trust him now. I'm going to have to do it myself. How's your gear?
We said that already. 508.
507 because I'm still waiting on some freaking boots.
Yep. Mythics. We did a Ruby Sanctum 3, Algathar Academy 3, and a Brackenhide Hollow 3.
Yes, and we got one of our keys was upgraded to the Algathar Academy 4, but no one wanted to play and do it with me.
I would have done it.
I wanted that 512.
We should have pugged it.
Sweet little. It's my key. I could have pugged it. Damn it.
They can't kick you out when it's your key.
No, they can't.
Streaming shenanigans. Oh no, you said that. You got that.
Yep.
We streamed a heap of Mop remixed dungeons with Princess, which is available on YouTube in the live section if you want to check it out.
Yeah, please do.
She was aghast to see the Houndmaster in Scarlet Crusade get eaten by his own dogs.
He means Scarlet Monastery.
Scarlet Monastery. Well, he is the Houndmaster of the Scarlet Crusade.
Yes.
I had to explain that he wasn't a responsible pet owner.
We also had to tell him not to pick up the chum. Don't pick up the...
Don't pick up the chum.
Don't pick up the...
She goes, I picked it up.
I'm like, oh no. Princess used to enjoy leveling by roaming around doing quests and professions and stuff. She used to like a bit of a chat and a meander and mainly solo play or in a pair with one of our other boys or whoever. So she hasn't seen a lot of the dungeons. So it was quite a surprise for her.
Yeah, I think we
definitely
needed to bring her and do some more streaming because we've been delighted by her hot takes on stuff that we've forgotten about or taken for granted.
Just gotten so used to because, we know the story.
And
I was thinking about Dead Minds, because there's lots of reveals in there.
That's true. And speaking to Grim, he loved it too, so maybe you guys will too.
Yeah.
What else? LFR. We did heaps of remix LFR. This is not the LFR section for remix. Anyway, if anything, it's crazier now that the no looting bugger's caught on. It's easy to get locked out of boss fights and no one has remorse or cares.
I don't mind the running ahead, etc., and the looting and all of that. Like, people are just going flat out. But the looting does take time. It's not fast because it's a big, it's a big raid, and it's just rude not to wait 1 minute for everyone to just be inside the room. Like, you don't have to wait until everyone's ready or do ready checks.
Absolutely.
But it's, I found that the most frustrating thing on the weekend.
So concentrating on the remix, the leveling is fast.
Faster than fast.
I'm doing my take on the exploit where you don't loot and you open all your XP tokens at 40 odd. But I don't want an add-on to do it or anything too scammy, so I just don't loot. Then I individually open my mail and grab everything except the XP tokens. That way I'm not breaking any rules.
Good job.
Yeah.
I am not doing as crazy things as you, but we've done one where we quested all the way through, and then we've done this one where we're
dungeoning our heads off.
Dungeoning an LFR and mate.
I've got a little bit of a surprise for you coming up too. What we might do next or coming up.
Well, first I've got to get my bloody druid done.
Yeah. Well, you got to talk to Princess about that.
Yeah.
We need to hit the dungeons.
Well, that
on
was
those
our fault
tunes.
because we, instead of getting her to swap over this weekend, we
Yeah,
just
we
said, "Do you
joined
want to
her.
do
Yeah,
some? Do you want to do
yeah,
some
yeah.
dungeons with us?" Anyway.
Speaking of dungeons, I've got to tell you about a dungeon I did on my DK. It was the Siege of Nizao Temple.
Yes.
That's the one that starts in the cavern with the amber
Yes.
and the boss in the middle that you'd go into, and the big puddle forms that
You've
one.
got to keep running through
and then
the
you
puddle.
keep going a bit further up around inside the tree.
Yep.
And then you break through and you're on the parapet thing.
Yes.
Boss 2 is the siege on that landing where the waves of mobs come up.
And
You
you've
lay
got-
the bombs, you do a bit of a tower defense thing.
Yes.
Boss 3 is a general that's out in the open that puts the shield on now and then, and more waves of mobs run down the hill and the bombs drop. And you've got to throw some bombs on the mobs, some bombs on the shield, and you bring the boss down that way. And then the very last one is that sort of maze bridge
Yes.
where he blows you back to the other side,
Yep.
if you remember that one.
Yes.
So anyway, we finish boss 2 on the top of the parapet.
Yep.
And the NPC comes and we go down and he blows the gates up. And then there's this small open area where the meta is that you mount up, you duck through the gate to the left and avoid the mobs that are just there, go past them and then scoot back across to the right
Jump
to
over
avoid
the edge.
about 8 packs of mobs. And then you clear where you fight the boss. You've got to still do 4 or 5 packs.
Yes.
And then away you go.
Yes.
This tank killed every single mob in that zone.
I've seen clearly though. There's a
The thing is...
big lot of people though that have never done these.
No,
dungeons.
it's not just that either. There's a quest at the start where you've got to release... It's something crazy like
Oh, the
25
prisoners.
prisoners.
Right.
And they're in these sort of bamboo cages.
Right.
And normally, like, if you're a seasoned time walker like myself,
Right.
you get the quest, you do a couple, the next time you do it, you do that same couple again.
But
Next time you just keep doing a couple every time you do that
yeah, but
dungeon.
there's some down where you
and
do the
eventually-
third boss.
Yeah,
too,
there are,
So
but-
yeah.
But you need to just virtually do every single one if you want to do it on that one run. So that's what he
Right.
did.
Oh my
And we were
goodness.
already undergeared and taking forever. We'll call the physicist because somehow he made forever go for longer.
Yes.
Yes. I've now done the Scarlet Monastery, the one that finishes in the library, twice now, and did not see the tank at any point. Mm-hmm. Even just running and looting, I couldn't catch up.
Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Another thing I did was I rolled a warrior, which is my no loot method dude.
Yes.
I chose arms because who cares?
Yep.
I haven't played much arms, and I wanted to see what that's like now. Because it used to be when I were a lad, arms was the PvP spec,
Right.
but now it's a legit spec.
Yes.
So I got it all set up, got all my bars sorted out, got my on my other screen. I got all my notes ready and what I wanted to spend my talents on. I got my spreadsheet with my keyboard layout so that I knew not to put
Yeah.
as I get the different talents. I don't put them in the wrong spot.
Yes.
Have to move them around so the muscle memory always the same because I'm pro. And then the dungeon, I fired up a dungeon queue, it popped and said, "You have chosen tank," and I went, "Exit game." Bailed.
So I didn't realise playing a only DPS tune, and I don't know when this happened.
It doesn't ask you.
No, it doesn't ask me. No, not that part. But I didn't realise that when you queued for a dungeon, if you queued as healer, it would swap your
Oh, this
spec.
is a relatively new thing. Like last expansion, I reckon, what you're going to say.
So I didn't realise that I'd chosen healer, and then
Yep.
and went in on my druid, and it changed me into heal
You were a
spec. even
boom-
though-
yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, wait.
Hmm.
Like, well, one, we were doing remix, and I was like, I don't need to heal, so I can just go in as boomkin, but I'll queue as healer to get the fast queue.
Yep.
Not that matters
They
either.
changed this either late Battle for Azeroth or in Shadowlands,
Right.
where that whatever you queue as, you could keep going. So say you queue as a healer, you can keep going in your DPS spec, and then as soon as it pops and says you're a healer,
Yeah.
it changes you to the healing spec.
Yes. So I was like, whoa. Like, I had nothing set up for the healing at all. So it was really
Not
bad.
that it really matters in Remix.
It didn't matter, but I had nothing. had nothing out. I didn't even have any DPS spells. I was just like, oh my God, what
Yep.
am I going to do?
Yep.
So, yes, I don't know when that changed exactly, but it certainly was a surprise to someone who plays only DPS most of the time.
Indeed. And you want to say about the mages?
Yes, the amount of mages that have played tank over the weekend was surprising. For one run, I died and realised, I was like, why is the tank
When you say
doing
played
this?
tank, you mean they have no respect for what's going on. They just run on ahead and blast everything.
So I died, and then I realised that the tank was lying next to me, and we couldn't res because the mage was on the final boss.
It's gone. That one that I spoke about, I think I brought it up last week. The one that busted the
Oh, yes. Was it a
Scarlet
mage?
Monastery with Sally Whitemane, that was a mage.
Yes. So there's
And they
this,
just scoot ahead.
this mage thing where they just...
And you can't catch them because they've already got Blink, and then
Yes.
they'll get another one like
yes.
Fae form
well,
or...
they'll have Shimmer, and
Yeah.
then you can also get Blink as well. So you're getting a whole extra Blink.
Yep.
So you've got Shimmer,
Or
so
Sprint
you've got
or-
Blink, Shim,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
and a third Blink. So it's just nuts. And they just go ahead of, like, they don't care, and they aggro everything, and then that falls back on the people coming behind them.
Yep.
So it's just a disaster. But anyway.
Well,
crazy.
that's what happened to us. Yeah, the mage blew up Sally Whitemane, and then she ran off.
Yeah, because
I don't know where she went. She ran for the door.
she ran, she was grieving. She
We
couldn't
did
land.
we actually did another run, which was also a Scarlet Mon, I think, where a druid queued as tank, but immediately changed back to Boomkin and proceeded to tank as a Boomkin and did a bloody good job.
I don't think they were the tank.
I think they were.
No, I don't think
I'm
they were.
pretty sure.
I think the tank was someone else. They just went on as
They were
tank.
killing it.
Yeah.
It was great. Now, there's nothing in LFR here because we've already talked about it up the top.
Yes.
So, levels of our remix tunes. Here we go. My Horde Demon Hunter, when brutal, is 36. On the Alliance, I've got my 70 Priest, unimpressed. My 53 Warlock, undeniable. My 46 Death Knight, unfeasible. And my 25 Warrior, unreasonable.
Can anyone see a pattern?
They're all in there.
So I've done levels, but mine's are a little bit more vague.
Okay.
So Friday night, my Alliance Rogue, who rides the Horde Warbear, which I find particularly amusing,
It does amuse you.
hit 70. And so we created new tunes on Saturday, and they're now 50-ish. I'm going to say 53 because I play with Wem's Warlock.
Yep.
But could be 52, which is crazy
Yeah.
because we didn't even spend that much time playing. And we didn't get to spend any time on our Horde tunes. So they're still sitting at 36, so I can't wait to play them.
The best thing about it, and I don't know if people realise, is if someone goes, I would like to play with you, if you're doing dungeons, they can just roll a level 10 and jump in with you straight away. Heroics.
Yep.
You can do heroic dungeons straight away on a level 10 and you're in there having fun.
Yep.
It's so good.
And good loot drops, blues rather than just greens. It's really good.
Yep. Plans for our remix tunes. I've got a monk, a hunter and a rogue to add to the alliance side to be
Goodness.
levelled. And probably a demon hunter as well.
You've only got 69
Unless-
days as of today.
We're getting 50 levels in 2 days.
Yeah, but we don't play all week.
But the thing is,
Just
they're
make
all
me
low
stress me
tunes.
out.
So even if I only get 20 levels on each, I'm way ahead of what I would have had.
Sure. Okay.
So I don't care if I don't get them all up.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless I bring the Horde Demon Hunter that I'm working on to the Alliance side, because I've already got a Horde level 70.
Right.
So I don't know. But I don't
And what are you
like
playing? What are you tanking on next time?
Demon Hunter.
Have you got Demon Hunter already at 70?
Yes.
Okay. Just wondered.
That's what I just said.
Oh, sorry.
Tim doesn't know it yet.
What?
But I've found a keyboard setup that will drag her into the non-clicker age. We're both going to try it on the same class, either hunters or mages,
Every time you do this,
and
it
that'll
doesn't
be a questing
work.
run.
You don't. It doesn't work.
We'll stream it and we'll report back with our findings.
Why do you make me do it? It doesn't work.
You know why I make her do it, guys? 'Cause it's funny. Do you have elite player of the week? Definitely the ass hat in LFR who said, bad luck if you didn't get in, you still get loot, who cares? I can see your point. I mean, you're a fuckwit with no clue about social norms or being a meaningful contributor to the game, and you still get to play, so who cares indeed?
Whoa. He wasn't. Fuckwit. I don't have Elite Player of the Week, although, there's been a few. But I do have some words of wisdom. Are you ready?
Hit us with your words of wisdom.
As we speak, there's only 69 days left of Panda Remix,
Nice.
which every time I log in freaks me out. And that means I said 73, but it's actually 72 days until launch for early access. I am not prepared. I am not ready. Are you?
That's why I'm playing a Demon Hunter, because I am prepared.
Sure.
Alright guys, we've come to the end of another episode of Bind Unequipped. Now's the time to unlike if you changed your mind. Otherwise, smash that like. I think we've delivered.
I think we have. How many minutes?
37.
Oh, Princess will be happy.
What is she?
She's happy for 40. Can we stall for 3 minutes?
No.
She asked for 40.
No.
37's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
I think
close.
30 to 45 is just that sweet spot.
Yeah. Yeah, she likes it a bit longer for her getting ready for the gym days.
Very good.
Entertains Theo.
Alright, until next time, I'm Wembley.
I'm Tempest, sorry. I faked out. See ya.
Bye.